remember the first thing that you ever made?
You
have a lot of first things. We still have them.
Grandma kept everything, so I have loads of those things. So the first thing that I ever made, and you have to realize by this time then I was in 4-H sewing. I think I started sewing at the machine at 7. We followed through projects that became progressively harder as you went. So the first thing that you made was a tea towel. And I remember thinking that was the stupidest thing in the world. Like, what the heck was a tea towel? It had to cut right on the thread so you could pull a thread. So that you could everything square. And then you made 2 parallel lines that you sewed around the outside edge. And then you frayed the outside edge by maybe, I don't know, an inch, I don't know. And I remember my mom was standing over me and I thought, oh, I hate this. I really did. I was like, I hate this. This project is really dumb. But then my second one was that little red apron.
So the bandana print one.
The bandana print
I love
one.
that.
And that was a cute one because it had a casing that you had your tie went through.
Yeah.
And so that one was fun. The next one that I remember was that green wraparound skirt.
Oh, the olive green, like the army green one.
Actually, yes. I have a picture somewhere of me
wearing it.
And Mom and I would always go and we would look at ready-made items. And so that we would really snoop at how they were made and
turn everything inside out
and
and
really good
see.
Construction, or how did they get to do certain things. And then right almost across from this mall was a fabric mill, McGinley Mills. And I loved to go into McGinley Mills because then we would go and we would dream about the projects, like, oh my gosh, we just saw a skirt and now we can get this fabric and we can do it ourselves. I learned to love to create first because I'd be like, oh, I just saw this in ready-made and now I can buy the fabric and I can make it myself, so that it was always fun to have that really one-of-a-kind design. As I was in my teen years, I guess, I probably made everything that I wore. There were very few things that I wore that I didn't make. And it was just so much fun when people would come up to you and be like, oh, I love your outfit. It's so awesome. Where did you buy it? And I could say, oh, I made it. Their reaction was, oh, you make me sick. You're able to make that so well. Or
they were jealous.
That was usually the reaction. Or they were like, can you make me one? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So I can teach you how to make your own, but I won't make it for you. But I had really cool things. It fit my personality. It was all one of a kind, and we shopped all the time for fabrics. I grew up in New Jersey, and perhaps we were a little bit more progressive there in New Jersey because I don't remember whether it was in 7th grade or 8th grade, girls had just had it with wearing dresses or skirts to school. And we actually staged a sit-in in the gym because we
protested for pants.
That's exactly right. We were like, we are not wearing skirts anymore. We are wearing pants.
Cool.
And so I, in whatever it was, 7th or 8th grade, was able to wear pants and wore pants almost all the time. So then I moved from New Jersey to here in Pennsylvania when I was right at the end of my junior year in high school. And they had just been allowed to start wearing pants to school. So most of the girls still wore dresses. Not me. I had lots of pants. I wore pants. And I'll never forget, one day I was getting off the bus, and as I was walking down the aisle, these boys said to each other, We wonder if there's something wrong with her legs. Do you think she has a wooden leg or something that she always wears pants? And I was fairly sassy, and I just turned around and I said, there's nothing wrong with my legs. Would you like to see? And they just were so embarrassed, and I got off the bus, and that's the end of the story. I found this fabric. It was on a white background, and it was purple, and it was a picture of people at Woodstock. And so I called it my people pants. Like, your fabrics, when they speak to you, it's almost like pictures in time. And so fabrics end up being very, very special, because sometimes they're ones that you'll never ever cut. They're just beautiful. You remember exactly what you were doing when you purchased them. You remember a point in time. You would all be very surprised at how many things I have still that I made it when I was in my late teens and early 20s. And they still look awesome. And
yeah, they
some
definitely
of them
hold
now, are back in style again.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like, they hold up construction-wise, but they've also held up style-wise.
And the thing that was fun about that is people used to come to you and say, oh my gosh, I love that. Where'd you get it?
Where did you get
and
that?
You would say, my grandma's attic. And they were like, where's that?
They're like, this is the coolest thrift shop ever. My grandma's attic. Can we go there? And I'm like, no, it's literally my grandma's attic. Like, these are clothes that my mom made when she was in high school. They wouldn't even register for them that you had made something and that it was still cool and relevant enough for me to wear 30 years later. I mean, that's just amazing.
Sometimes people would kind of get that, like, why would you want to have something for that long? And I think now we've finally gotten to that point where people are like, you know what? We want things to last that long, because how many things are going to
putting into a landfill?